we won't do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're not talking to the average Christian. You're talking to Israelites. We understand who our forefathers were in the scriptures. King David, Gideon, like I said, Ehud. You get what I'm saying? Jacob. We understand Jacob wrestled with an angel. I mean, do I want to join the Bloods and the Crips? I want to join this because this man wrestled an angel. King David, it said that Saul had his thousands. King David had his tens of thousands. You feel what I'm saying? And do I want to be like that or do I want to be like this? Now, granted, I got a book by Tookie Williams, you know what I'm saying? And Tookie actually won he was nominated for Nobel Peace Prize, and he actually tried to renounce his you can basically say rulership over the Crips or whatever like that. It's a good movie. Y'all need to go see it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's called Redemption, about Tookie Williams over the Crips or whatever like that. And he was just trying to show you, you know, you can start off, because I think he had good intentions on why he started his group, you know, for protection. Like a lot of the gangs back then started out as neighborhood protections, but then it grew into something else. You see what I'm saying? Now, these brothers, they were soldiers. They come from the lineage of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we get in gangs trying to find, you know, love and respect and protection, ultimately, right? But what we miss the boat is, just like with Tookie, the Crips turned from a protective group or in a neighborhood, you know, brotherhood, into something that was vicious, community terrorizing, and all sorts of wickedness and evilness. And later on, once he got wise, he understood what he did, you know, turning this into this was really wrong and detrimental to the community. So he tried to make things right, but it was just a little too late. You know what I'm saying? But I just say this to say that we have a lot of soldiers out there. We just don't have a lot of good soldiers. We have a lot of wicked soldiers out there. You get what I'm saying? I'm on the side of righteousness. I'm a soldier. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on the side of righteousness, which means we don't teach hurting anyone. We don't teach, you know, hate or anything like that. We teach what true power, what true light, what true responsibility, what true, you know, manliness really is. You get what I'm saying? According to the scriptures. For instance, true manliness, like King David, there were some brothers that came to King David like, man, they done laid their hands on us and everything, man. They done cut our backside out, like our pants is off of us, our behind showing. King David like, man, y'all behind showing, y'all got to get out of here, man. Y'all got to go fix y'all clothes. And then they shaved off the men's beard. So King David was like, until y'all can grow y'all beard back and fix your clothes, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go to another land. But when your beard return and you fix your outfit, come on back. So that's what we got to do in the community. The brothers with the pants hanging down, hey, take that over there. But when you get right, come on back. You know what I'm saying? You welcome home. Let's eat. Let's grab a plate and let's celebrate. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to understand, man, what the real power is. The real power is the Most High God in Christ. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna never change. I don't care what you say. That ain't gonna never change. But let's get them right. Let's wake them up. Let's wake them up. So 1 Samuel 16 and 11. Let's see what kind of soldier King David really was. 1 Samuel 16 and 11. When you get it, call it out and read it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. 1 Samuel 16 and 11. Let's start there. And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. Wait a minute. King David, the greatest warrior of all time, he was just a sheep keeper. He was just a shepherd boy. Yes, he was. You know what I'm saying? He watched over the sheep. That's the job he had. He didn't know weapons of war. He didn't know warfare. But I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all another scripture how King David learned war. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ready and withal of a beautiful countenance. So they saying, man, this dude looks soft, man. He look like a, you know what I'm was like a pushover. But nah, King David was not that, bro. He had no fear. He just was a shepherd boy, but he ain't have no fear. Now, remember, King David told Saul, I had wrestled a lion and I took my sheep and took it out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't have no fear. Now, he might have looked like a young youth that ain't know too much about nothing, but he ain't have no fear. Look at this. And goodly to look to. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he. So the Lord sees the inner man. We see the outer man. The inner man, the outer man says that David looks, it says ruddy and beautiful countenance and goodly to look at. The inner man says, this dude is ready for war. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nothing to play with. That's what the Lord saw. You know what I'm saying? So let's look down to 13. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. The Spirit of the Lord changed that man to something that we ain't never seen before, man. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand King David, man. He might not have looked tough, because that's what it's saying. He wasn't looking like somebody that had been through a lot. He didn't need to look like that. That's what the Most High is trying to show you. He can take somebody that you would think that ain't had no experience with warfare, ain't, you know what I'm saying, ain't just ain't about that life. He was a shepherd boy, but he was not scared. He was not afraid. And a lot of people think like, you know what I'm saying, oh, this dude come from the suburbs or whatnot like that. Some of them suburbs boys, man, hey, they'll throw down with you too, because they just ain't afraid. I've seen both sides, bro. I'm gonna tell you, I've seen both sides. I went to a school on the south side, South Fulton, you know what I'm saying? And I went to a school in Fayette County. I've seen both sides. I've seen how brothers get down. A lot of brothers, of course, you know what I'm saying? College Park, Union City, East Point, you know how they are, you know what I mean? And then I know some brothers, well, I'm gonna say this. I know some brothers in Fayette County, you know, they might get down. They ain't gonna say I know they life, but I will say this: they not afraid. They not afraid, bro. They not afraid. But what it is that, you know, you have to look at the inner man, bro. No matter where a brother come from, you got to look at the inner man, because a brother could live in the streets, not the streets, but a brother could live in the hood, and you know what I'm saying, he could be a punk at the end of the day. Because I'm gonna tell you what a punk is, and I'm not talking about a brother that's down to, you know, carry a gun and walk around with what's that, the shiesty mask or whatever like that. At the end of the day, the character is going to be exposed when, you know, somebody sells their soul for a few bucks or whatever like that. You can kill your own brother for a little piece of change, man. You did it. And I'm saying this: if you proud about it, you know, bro, what do you stand on? What do you stand for? You feel what I'm saying? And I'm saying the same thing about a brother from a suburb that might be down to do the same thing. What do you stand on? Now, here's what I'm saying: a brother that's from the hood and the suburbs that stands on principles, that's a good brother. And it don't matter where you from. It don't matter where you from. It's about your character. This is what we have to understand too. Side note, in our community, that it don't matter about the brothers in the hood or the brothers in the suburb. I know brothers from both. I know brothers that were, you know, I ain't gonna speak on it, but you know what I'm saying, they was in trouble. I know brothers that you know, they CEOs of company. I know brothers that's doing well, coaching and things like that. I just know brothers from many different circles. I just say that. But some brothers have good characters, some brothers don't. It's just, what do you stand on? What, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what do you stand on? You know what I'm saying? And that's what being a good soldier is about. The spirit of discipline is what we're talking about, y'all. So Most High God seen more in King David than we saw, and even what Samuel saw at the time. So let's look at 1 Samuel 17 and 44, because King David's faith was off the charts, bro. His faith was off the charts. So let's look at how much faith he really had. 1 Samuel 17 and 44. When you get it, call it out. Y'all know how we do it. So look at this. And the Philistine said to David, come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air and to the beasts of the field. So Goliath looking at David like, man, this little kid, man, this teenage boy, you can't be serious. You're going to step to me, man. So let's look at what David said. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with the sword and with the spear and with the shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts and the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. Watch this. He said, this day, he talking to a grown, tall, Shaq looking dude. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand, and I will smite thee and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. Why did he say that like that? That all the earth may know that there's a God in Israel, because David had so much faith as a good soldier. He knew that the power of God was in him so heavy, he was not scared to go against nobody, because he was disciplined enough to keep the laws and keep the faith. That's where the power lies. That's where the true power lies. You gotta come into the light, y'all. Y'all gotta receive this light, man, because that's where the true power lies. And you're not afraid of your fears. You're not afraid of your past. You're not afraid of anybody standing in front of you. You're just not afraid.